Hello guys, welcome to the lecture 52 of deep learning series. In this video, we'll be discussing the similarities as well as differences between artificial neural networks and convolutional neural networks. Okay, this video is important because as we are heading towards the backpropagation in convolutional neural networks, this fundamental concepts helps a lot. Okay, now in this video, we'll be also discussing how the convolutional neural network has evolved from artificial neural networks. Okay, now before starting with this video, first let us discuss how artificial neural networks works on grid-like structures. Now let's say this is our image. Okay, this is our image. Now if I want to train an artificial neural network on this particular image, what do? I just flatten this particular grid-like structure. Okay, first I'll be placing my first row and then my second row and correspondingly subsequent rows. Okay, then I'll be taking my hidden layer and corresponding subsequent hidden layers, and this is my output layer. Then I'll be just connecting the hidden layer to the input layer. Okay, I'll be just connecting the hidden layer to the input layer. Right, in this way I'll be parsing the input data, okay, data frame, okay, entire data frame into my hidden, okay, artificial neural network. Right, now next, now when it comes with respect to convolutional neural networks, I'll be taking image. Okay, I'll be just taking the image and then I'll be convolving it with an filter. Okay, I'll be convolving it with an filter. Okay, now how this convolution operation works, first I'll be placing my filter over here and then I'll be doing the element wise multiplication and then I'll be forming my feature map. Right, okay, we have already discussed about this convolution operation in detail. Okay, now let us say, okay, let us say this input is x and this is a weight matrix. Okay, this corresponding input, okay, this corresponding input is x and this is my weight matrix, and then in this particular hidden unit, okay, I'm only talking with respect to this particular hidden unit. Okay, now if I talk with respect to this hidden unit, first I'll be multiplying this input with respect to this weights, okay, weights that are related to this particular hidden unit, and then I'll be adding bias. Okay, each hidden unit has an bias. Right, now I'll be adding the bias and then I'll be applying activation function to calculate my z. Okay, to calculate my z. Now this is how an artificial neural network works. Now with respect to convolutional neural network, I am considering this image as x. Okay, now and this filter as w. Why w? Because this filter has all the trainable parameters. Okay, this filter has all the trainable parameters. Now after convolving this image with respect to this filter, okay, you know convolution operation, right, we'll be just placing our filter over here, we'll be doing an element wise multiplication, and so from that I'll be generating my feature map. Now after generating this feature map, I'll be adding bias to each pixel. Okay, I'll be just adding bias to the resultant feature map. Okay, resultant feature map. Now after adding this bias, I'll be applying my activation function. Okay, you can add relu or any other activation function. Okay, so now if you keenly observe, okay, if you keenly observe what I'm doing over here, I'm just taking the input, I'm multiplying it with weight matrix. Okay, weight. Okay, I'm just multiplying it with respect to weights, and then after obtaining my feature map, I'm adding bias to it. Okay, I'm just adding bias to it, and on this whole, okay, on this whole numeric, I'm just applying my activation function. Okay, I'm just applying my activation function to obtain z. Okay, so now let us simplify further. Okay, so z is equal to f of x into w, input into weight plus bias. Right, now with respect to convolution neural network, okay, f of x into w plus b is equal to z. Okay, you can see similar operations. Okay, you can see both are similar operations, means from this what we can conclude is the hidden unit, okay, the hidden unit in artificial neural network and one filter, okay, just one filter in convolution neural network are similar. Okay, are similar because of this operation, because of this similar kind of operation with respect to one filter in convolution neural networks and one hidden unit in artificial neural networks. So the conclusion is the filter, okay, the filter in convolution neural network is similar to an hidden unit in artificial neural network. Okay, from this similarity, okay, from this similarity we'll be obtaining various other similarities as well. Okay, so this is the first basic similarity I want to establish. Okay, now let us see various other similarities as well. Fundamental building blocks. Now in an artificial neural network we'll be having input layer, okay, we'll be having an input layer, and then followed by hidden layer, and then followed by output layer. Right, in this hidden layer we'll be having various hidden units. Okay, now with respect to convolution neural network, we'll be having the similar input layer, and we'll be having the convolution layer, pooling layers, right? Okay, subsequently convolution layer and pooling layers. So I am calling this whole as hidden layer. Okay, convolution plus pooling layers is my hidden layer. Okay, is my hidden layer. Next comes my output layer. Now this fully connected layer, okay, in my convolution architecture, okay, convolution neural networks, I'll be having first input, okay, input, and then correspondingly convolution and pooling layers, and finally I'll be having my fully connected layer, right? Okay, fully connected layer for prediction, okay, for predictions. So here I'll be having my FC layer. Okay, so FC layer is my output layer. So what are the similarities you can find? You can see that the input layer is common in both the architectures, hidden layer is common in both the architectures, and output layer is common in both the architecture. So they have structural similarities. Okay, they have structural similarities. Next is learning algorithm. How do we train an artificial neural network? We train this artificial neural network using backpropagation and gradient descent algorithms, right? We update the weights and bias to their optimum values using gradient descent and backpropagation algorithm. Similarly, in convolution neural networks as well, we use this gradient descent and backpropagation algorithms to train this filter values. Okay, we can call this filter values as weights as well. Okay, as weights. These filter values are trained using backpropagation and gradient descent algorithms. Okay, so the learning algorithm in both the architectures is same. Next, mathematical operations. Now when it comes to mathematical operations, you see that I'm multiplying input to weight matrix, and then I'm adding bias, and then I'm applying an activation function to the overall result. Now when it comes to convolution neural network, I'm doing the same. I'm taking the input matrix and multiplying with weight matrix, and then I am adding bias, and on the top of it I'm applying activation function to generate my final feature map. Okay, so the entire mathematical operations in both the networks, okay, both the architectures is same. Next is pattern recognition. Okay, this artificial neural network, okay, the basic fund of this artificial neural network is to find out the hidden patterns in the input data. Okay, in the similar way, okay, in the similar way, my convolution neural network basic operation is also to find the hidden patterns in the input data. Okay, input grid like structure. Okay, to find the important features, that is hidden patterns in the input grid like structure. Okay, so both the architecture aim is same. Okay, so these are the various similarities between artificial neural networks and convolution neural networks. Okay, both the artificial neural networks and convolution neural networks are very similar, because this convolution neural network, okay, this convolution neural network is derived from, okay, is derived from artificial neural networks. Okay, artificial neural networks, both are entirely same, but this convolution neural network is specialized to work on grid like structures. Okay, so they are entirely same. The mathematical operations and structure is everything is same, but only they are designed to work on grid like structures. Okay, now in the next video we'll be understanding it more depth. Okay, sorry, in the next section of the video we'll be understanding it more in depth. Now let us discuss various differences between artificial neural network and convolution neural networks. Okay, now this artificial neural network is designed to work on tabular data, but this convolution neural network is designed to work on grid like structures. Okay, now this is the very first difference. Now the second and most important difference is, now let us say we have a tabular data. Okay, this is my tabular data which has x1 feature, x2 feature and x3 feature. So totally I'm having 3 features over here, right? So x1, x2 and x3. Okay, so I'm designing an artificial neural network based on this input. Okay, I'm taking my 3 units in my first hidden layer, and this is my second, and this is my final output layer, right? So I'm just connecting the input to the hidden layer. Okay, I'm just passing my input to my further layers, okay, further hidden layers, right? Now when it comes to artificial neural network, I'm taking an image. Okay, I'm just taking an image, let's say 4 cross 3, sorry, 3 cross 4. Okay, the dimension of the image is 3 cross 4 and I'm applying an 3 cross 3 filter. Okay, I'm just applying 3 cross 3 filter. Okay, now we'll be finding out the major difference. Now let us say if I add an extra column. Okay, now I'm a data scientist, and after doing my feature engineering, I see that the number of columns are very low. So that is why I have created an extra feature, that is x4, and I have added this extra feature x4 to my data. Now what happens, I'll be adding this x4 feature over here, and I'll be connecting this x4 feature to my hidden layer. Okay, to my hidden layer, right? Now when it comes to CNN, I have taken a different image. Okay, I have seen that the image dimensions are very much low to be trained, and obtaining the important features from this particular image is not possible. So what I did is I have increased the dimensions of the image. Okay, I have just increased the dimensions of the image. What I have done is I just made it 4 cross 4. Okay, 4 cross 4 and the same filter. Okay, and the same 3 cross 3 filter. Okay, now what I have done in the both the cases, I have just increased the number of features in my first that is artificial neural networks, and I have increased the input image size. Okay, input image dimensions in my convolution neural networks. Okay, so in both the cases I have just increased the size of the input data. Okay, now when it comes to artificial neural networks, when I only have till x3 features, okay, only till x3 features, what happened? Okay, what happened to my total number of trainable parameters in my first layer? 3 into 3, total number of 9 weights. Okay, I have total of 9 weights before adding, just a second, 9 weights before adding my x4 input feature. Okay, x4 input feature. Now after adding x4 feature, okay, x4 feature, what happened? 4 into 3, that is 12 weights. Okay, I had 12 weights in my first layer, means the total number of weights increased when I add an extra feature. Means the total number of trainable parameters are dependent on input. Okay, input size increases means number of trainable parameters increases. Number of trainable parameters increases. Now when it comes to convolution neural networks, before I used 3 cross 4. Okay, the dimensions of the image was 3 cross 4 and I have applied 3 cross 3 filter. Right, now on 3 cross 4 image I have applied 3 cross 3 filter. Now the total number of trainable parameters here are 9. Right, okay, I am only talking about weights. Okay, the total number of weights are 9. Now after increasing the dimension of the image, the total number of weights are also 9. Okay, total number of weights are also 9. Means as the input dimension, okay, as the input dimension is increasing, my total number of trainable parameters are remaining unchanged. Okay, remaining unchanged means that number of trainable parameters, okay, number of trainable parameters are independent. Okay, are independent of input. This is the major advantage of convolution neural networks. Okay, this given a breakthrough through convolution neural networks. Okay, this is a major breakthrough in convolution neural networks. So that is why this convolution neural network is majorly used. Now let us see with respect to grid-like structures. Okay, we have already discussed about grid-like structures, artificial neural networks working on grid-like structures. Now what they do, they basically flatten. Okay, they basically flatten the rows. Now in this case the total number of weights are increasing, right? Okay, the total, I'll be having more number of rows in an image, right? Okay, I'll be basically having 28 cross 28 or 256 cross 256. So in this way I'll be having more number of rows in an image. So when I flatten, the input dimension increases. Okay, the input dimension increases. So the number of weights, okay, the number of weights in my first hidden layer, okay, with respect to only my first hidden layer, increases a lot. Okay, increases a lot. Okay, now when I use 28 cross 28 image in a convolution neural network, and if I apply 3 cross 3 filter, I am only having 9 weights. Okay, I am only having 9 weights. But when it comes to artificial neural network, the number of weights are increasing as the input dimension is increasing. But whereas when it comes to convolution neural networks, the number of trainable parameters are remaining constant how big the image goes. Okay, if I change from this 28 cross 28 to 256 cross 256, the number of weights are remaining unchanged. Okay, I'll be performing the similar convolution operation and the resultant feature map will be slightly bigger in this case. Okay, but my total number of trainable parameters are remaining constant. Okay, so the advantages of convolution neural networks are, first is low computational cost, and second is no overfitting, and third is preserving spatial features. Okay, spatial features. Okay, you might already understand why low computational cost. It is low computational cost because the total number of trainable parameters are remaining unchanged. Okay, fixed number of trainable parameters. Okay, second is no overfitting because the total number of trainable parameters are limited. Okay, whereas when it comes to artificial neural networks, as the input increases, the total number of trainable parameters are increasing a lot. Okay, they're increasing a lot. So if we have more number of trainable parameters, they tend to overfitting. Okay, so last is preserving spatial features. Okay, obviously in convolution neural networks we preserve the spatial features. These are the 3 advantages over convolution artificial neural networks. Okay, whether we have already seen in our previous slide that both the convolution neural networks and artificial neural networks are same. Okay, they are basically very similar to each other. The convolution neural network is derived from artificial neural networks. Okay, fundamentals of artificial neural networks. But the convolution neural networks has major advantages working on grid-like structures. Okay, because they produce low computational cost, they prevent overfitting, and they preserve spatial features. Okay, so in this way convolution neural networks are very much unique. Okay, whether they may be having the fundamental concept same, but they are specialized to work on different input data. Okay, so this is the entire video on similarities and differences between the convolution and artificial neural networks. So basing on this understanding, we'll be discussing the further concept, that is backpropagation in convolution neural networks. Okay, stay tuned for that video, and hope you guys like this video. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.